Hello and welcome back to another episode of Training with Theo, with me, Theo. So today's subject is intensity versus volume. And this is kind of a big debate in the fitness community or in the weightlifting community. So yes, the more science-based people that talk about studies all the time and stuff like that, they tend to go with volume. And then we have these shut up and lifter types, as they say in the Iron Culture podcast. It's a very good podcast, by the way. Check it out here on YouTube. But so right off the bat, I'm for sure in the team intensity, in the intensity camp. Yes, it's been my thing from the beginning. Just training as hard as I can, just forcing that muscle to grow. And yes, so this will be a real short one. To me, I always thought about volume, how many sets I did and stuff. But a set only counted in my head if it was really intense, like going to failure or most of the time beyond drop setting in some way. But at the very least, like one rep short of failure, that's quality, volume, that's intensity. Okay, this is one set, you know. And I think all of us can kind of figure out that if you do bicep curls, barbell curls, and you take 30 kilos and you do 10 reps for 3 sets, it's a way different thing if you take 30 kilos and do 3 reps, 10 sets. You know, none of those sets are going to be enough to stimulate anything in here. So, you know, kind of obvious when you do that extreme switch, of course. But yeah, to me, it's so weird to think in the terms of, yes, I'll do 4 sets, 2 reps short of failure, yeah, like they overthink it. They bring you, like, I'm not saying that science isn't important. Myself, I'm such a geek. I do look at a lot of science and studies and get ideas and test stuff from findings in studies, but come on, when it comes to hypertrophy, getting stronger, like the body is made for adjusting to stimuli or to whatever it's exposed to. And to me, it's just, yeah, I mean, I think in terms of volume, but intensity comes first all the time. Like if I don't have time to do like 4 sets of bench press, what I'll do is maybe I'll do 2 sets where the first one I just do as many reps as I can at a heavy weight, and the second one maybe I go a little bit lower and then do a drop set on that set, and also right when I'm finished I go to the cable cross and triple drop set in that way, you know. And sometimes I've done this bicep mega drop set that I picked up from Athlete X, and sometimes I've just done that set for biceps and my biceps have been sore the next day. You know, to me, intensity is always more important, and it's not only about like muscle growth or improving your strength. It's kind of that, you know, kind of that sitting in the sauna for a really long time, taking a cold shower thing, you know, just pushing yourself, getting tough. Because, yeah, to me, training is about growth in all the ways. Getting stronger, getting more muscular, but also growing as a person, as a man or woman. So, yeah, I think it's ridiculous to be about lifting weights, but not going to failure, not training very hard, just doing it a lot, lifting a lot of weights. That's kind of a high effort, but not really super high effort. Such a strange way of thinking. But I will say that it kind of depends on the exercise and the goals and everything. But if I think, especially if you train for hypertrophy, muscle growth, I think you want to go with intensity really hard. If you're a power lifter, there are some, you know, strength training. It's a little different. I think they should probably keep the intensity really high too, but maybe, you know, they do lower reps and just naturally end up shorter of failure. Because if you do 3 reps of something, your 3 rep max, you know, it's going to be hard to calculate exactly what weight there's going to be a lot of weights you can do 4 reps, but 3 reps at, right? So I think that kind of occurs naturally. And also I'd say, like me personally, the bigger, the heavier an exercise is, the more muscles that are involved, the less important it is to go to failure. Like squats, for instance, is an exercise I never take to failure, because if I took the first set to failure, my legs would just be wrecked for that work. I wouldn't be able to do anything. So in a way you have to manage fatigue in a way too, but when you the more isolated and the lighter an exercise is, the higher you can up the intensity, I'd say. It's like when I train arms, I often do like drop sets or even triple drop sets, because yeah, I mean, biceps, I never feel anything in my biceps if I just do high volume but not push through failure and do that. When the biceps is just screaming from all the lactic acid, nothing happens. So yes, those are my thoughts about intensity versus volume. Like, you can think in terms of volume, I absolutely do, but intensity has to go first always. You can't just if you think it's tough going to failure, you can't just cheat by adding more half-assed sets. You're gonna have to learn to train hard too, and then when you can train hard, then you can you like manipulate the number of sets, the number of total weight you lift as a variable. You know, that sentence was very badly structured, but I think you got what I said. So yes, that's it for this episode. So next time you go and train, I mean, if you find yourself being one of those guys or girls who skip a rep or two and just think you're gonna add extra sets, just try even going lower in volume and just make the sets really, really intense and see how you experience it. And of course, you know, you can always do techniques like having, say for instance, I train upper body on one day and lower body on one day, and I have 2 different workouts for lower and upper body. And I don't do this right now, but one idea would be to have the intense upper and lower day and the volume upper and lower day, so you can kind of try, you know, to get the best of both worlds. So volume is important too, absolutely, especially as you get more, you know, when you're done with your newbie gains phase. Absolutely, you're likely gonna have to add some volume in some stuff, but intensity goes first always, in my humble opinion. Like, for the purposes that most people work out, and we're not talking about like elite athletes here. All right, that's it for this episode. Please hit like, subscribe. I'm out.